Welcome to today's webinar. We're going to be talking about how to use YouTube to actually pre-sell and lower some of the sales resistance for your remodeling company. We're going to be looking at how Google's AI in particular is looking at video. We're also going to be looking at how to use long form video and video shorts together in combination to create proper signals to really lower sales resistance and also enhance the way Google is making recommendations in search results with their AI. And so that's why we've entitled this Mastering YouTube Shorts for High Trust Leads. We're going to really focus on shorts in particular. And this isn't about becoming a YouTuber. It's actually about becoming the contractor that people trust before they ever pick up the phone to call. Most contractors, unfortunately, think that video is optional. And in today's world, unfortunately, that's not the case. The reality is that video now sits in the middle of Google's referrals and also buyer confidence. And so if homeowners are researching you and they're never seeing you, you're actually losing out on high value jobs and you don't even realize you're losing out on that. So that's what we want to help you avoid. And if this is your first time ever joining us, I want to introduce myself very quickly. My name is Carl Willis. I am the CEO at Remodeling Marketing Team, and it is a pleasure to have you with me today. So enough about me. Let's jump in. The market has changed, and unfortunately, most contractors have not adjusted with it. And so we want to make sure that you are shifting with the shifts in the marketplace. And the market didn't change slowly. It has moved very fast. It has moved very rapidly. And we want to keep you up to speed with what it is doing currently. What we are finding is that homeowners are not calling first anymore. What they are doing is they are researching, they are comparing, and they are actually making their decisions before they ever make that first contact. They're more cautious, they are actually more informed, and they are more skeptical. And so what they do is they do all of their investigation, they do all of their due diligence, and they really narrow down to maybe one or two preferred contractors before they place that call. So their mind is, for the most part, made up before they reach out and make that contact. And so it's very critical for us to start to win that decision-making contest before they ever pick up the phone or fill out a form. And so there's a lot of groundwork now that we have to start laying in our marketing process before they ever get to us. And that's a lot of what we're going to be looking at today is how do we use this video element so that we're in their mind throughout this investigation process. So what this modern buying path really looks like is they are doing their research quietly or in anonymity. We really don't know that they're in research mode yet. They haven't raised their hand. They're not asking questions. They're not communicating with us on social media. They're just out here doing their research and they are deciding emotionally. You have to remember that the buyer makes the decision first with emotion and then supports that decision with logic. And they will call when they're convinced. And so by the time the phone rings, that decision is mostly made. And so your marketing has either helped that decision or someone else's marketing has helped that decision. And sadly, your marketing could also help that decision go to someone else. And so we want to make sure that our marketing is bringing them to us and not repelling them, or even worse, that our marketing is so non-existent that they don't even know we exist. And so somebody else's marketing has done a better job of helping them make that decision from both the emotional and the logical standpoint. And so here's the reality. If they don't see you, they can't trust you. And what is really happening now with Google's AI assisted search, and not just Google search, but we're finding especially younger homeowners are using these AI platforms in their research process to do the due diligence. And so if you're not being surfaced in those AI recommendations, you are simply invisible to that homeowner. If you are invisible, you just don't exist. And so if you don't exist, they can't see you, they can't hear you, they don't understand how you operate. Therefore, there's no way to build trust with that homeowner in their decision-making process. And that leaves you at a horrible disadvantage. That means your competition definitely has the upper edge to you because there's no way for you to get in front of that homeowner. And here's the real sad piece of this. There is no amount of five-star reviews. There is no amount of marketing you can do that is going to fully replace human presence. And so video is going to help you bridge that gap faster than any other medium available to you. And that's why we're talking about this today. And a contractor who adapts early and really embraces this concept is going to be the one that pulls away from the pack. The ones who don't are actually competing harder for a smaller pool of opportunities. And this is what I want you to really grab a hold of today is Google is increasingly favoring video proof, human presence, and real world authority signals. And I want to drive those 3 points home. They really are favoring video proof, human presence, and real world authority signals. If you weren't paying attention last fall, late last summer, early fall, Google slipped in another category to the Google search page, and that was for short video. So now if you do a Google search along with images and news, there's short video. That's another category for Google search. That is one of the signals they are monitoring. So now when you pull a Google search for any topic, you'll notice in that search result page, video is part of what is now being indexed. It is now coming back up towards the top. And the reason for that is people are digesting information in video content, especially short form video, 60 seconds or less. The other piece of that is human presence. People are responding to human presence. And so if there is a face with the place, we find that it performs better. And so if you've got that human presence, you're going to find that you get more favor in the algorithm than if you don't have that. And what this creates is these authority signals. And signals is a term that you really want to get comfortable with in this AI environment, because what is driving the visibility in search is signals, and it's authority signals. Are you the authority? Are you the expert in your field for your location for that particular search topic. And so when you are using video with video proof, human presence to create topical authority, you have a competitive advantage over someone who is not using that to their advantage. So, all things being equal, if you and your competitor have similar reviews, everything else is similar about you, but you're the one using video and your competitor is not, you're going to win the competition hands down each and every day. So the next piece that we want to really take a look at is there's a misinterpretation many times with contractors, and that is, well, YouTube's just another social media channel. YouTube is not social media. It's actually a search engine. It is the second largest search engine. It's not Facebook. It's not about entertainment. It's not about likes. It is the second largest search engine only to Google, and Google owns it. And you need to think of it as not just a search engine, but it is a trust accelerator. When people want to do research, when they want to learn something, they'll go out to YouTube and they will start to do research. And here's what they're looking for. When homeowners are researching remodeling or construction projects, YouTube is where they are going to see who knows what they're talking about. They're looking for expertise. They are looking for proof of real work. They're looking for clear explanation. They are looking for what kinds of professional standards should they be expecting. And your videos are not marketing assets. What they become are sales conversations that are happening without you having to be present. And what the video does is really three critical things. It shows competence. Instead of you claiming it, it's going to build familiarity with you, with your team, with your values, with your organization before you ever meet with that homeowner. And what it's going to do is reduce fear. You have to remember that one of the emotions that that homeowner is dealing with is fear. Fear of being burned, fear of being ignored, fear of being overcharged, fear of deadlines being missed. Fear is a real objection, and it's something that if you can meet it before that homeowner ever meets with you, you're so far ahead of the game. I live here in Wichita, Kansas, and one of the big news stories this week was a contractor who the state has just sanctioned, put a massive fine on, banned them from doing business in the state ever again because of bad business practices. Made the headlines, made television, made all the internet news feeds. That's the kind of stuff that's in the mind of the homeowner. So we're always having to overcome that type of fear. Video is going to handle that quietly before your sales process ever begins. And it's going to help you set clear expectations. It's going to help you reinforce what your standards are, what your values are, the type of work you do, the quality of work you do. It's going to help you set the table before that homeowner ever gets there. And so there really are three videos that matter. There's really three things that you want to focus on when it comes to content. So don't overthink this. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. You're not chasing trends. You don't need scripts and you don't need fancy production. You just need really these three simple types of videos that are aligning with how homeowners are going to think and make their decisions. The first one is before and after videos. And these are just about proof, showing off your best work. What is it that you can do? Show the mess before, what it looked like before you got there, and what you were able to transform it into. Explain the challenges. Explain what it is you were doing, what it is you had to accomplish, what it is that maybe presented some real challenges to you and how you overcame those challenges. And then walk through the transformation and take them through the process so they know what are some of the things they might be expecting in their own transformation within their home. You have to remember that homeowners don't want perfection as much as they want reassurance that you've handled problems like theirs. They want to know that you're capable of taking care of them. And remember this, raw beats polished every time. People want to see the real deal. They don't want to see post-edit production. They just want to see the real scenario. And this is how you build authority. Talk them through why decisions were made and talk them through the process of the decision making. Explain materials, explain trade-offs, explain problem-solving processes, because these videos are going to educate the serious buyer. And this is important. It's also going to quietly push away those that are a bad fit for your services. And that's almost as important as educating your serious buyers, pushing away the people who are not a good fit for you. It's also going to help you shorten your sales cycles because prospects are going to come to you informed and confident in your capabilities. Remember this, remodeling is very personal. We are dealing with somebody's home. And when we're dealing with somebody's home, that is highly emotional. Homeowners are not hiring your logo. They're not hiring your slogan. They are letting someone into their personal space. And when you show standards, when you show professionalism, when you show expectations, what you do is you create safety and a sense of security. And safety converts. Remember, people make decisions first with emotion, and then they support that decision with logic. And so the more we can raise the comfort and safety factor, the more we can raise the confidence, the more we can build trust, then the easier it is to create that logical buying decision. Now, let's talk about long form video versus short form video because they serve different roles. So when we talk about a long form video is going to be anything that is more than a minute. And typically a long form video is going to be somewhere in the range of 3 to 5 minutes, or it might even be longer. In some cases might be upwards of 20 minutes or more. What a long form video is going to do is it is going to build trust and authority, and it's meant for depth. And you're going to use that video for search engine authority. You're going to use it for local intent to really capture that local intent. And it's going to become a long-term pillar asset. It's going to be something that creates residual marketing value for you for years to come. Shorts, on the other hand, are meant for repetition and visibility. And a short, the definition of a short is it's 60 seconds or less. It is a visibility multiplier, and that's the easiest way to think about it. And it's also what I call retargeting fuel. It is something that you're going to use to retarget people who have raised their hand and said, I'm in the market, I'm looking, I'm interested. And what it does is it reinforces trust. So the long form video builds trust, shorts multiply your exposure, and together what they do is they dominate attention. Now, understand this, shorts are going to create repetition and visibility, but they don't replace YouTube long form video, they amplify it. And together, what they're going to do is they're going to keep you present during this entire decision making process. Because what we want to do is we want to stay front and center in the mind and the attention of that homeowner during their entire decision making process. So, shorts aren't about trends, they're about visibility. And every short is just another reminder that you exist. It's another reminder that you're active and that you know what you're doing. Because familiarity breeds confidence, and confidence is what leads to those calls. And so shorts are your opportunity to just always be present in the mind of that homeowner. You want to be inescapable. And in today's AI world, the AI needs to see that you're always active and inescapable. The more signals you produce, the more relevant you become, the more topical authority you are producing. And we need the AI to see that so that you become a recommended resource when Google is making that recommendation to the homeowner. And this is important because video is going to strengthen your local search footprint. What it does is it reinforces Google's trust signals. It improves your map visibility and it supports those AI driven results because Google's no longer just ranking websites. It is evaluating businesses, and video is sending a strong signal about your expertise, about your relevance, and about your legitimacy. And so this does impact your search results, your map visibility, and the AI driven recommendations. So understand this, video is not replacing SEO, it's actually becoming a key piece of evidence that Google trusts most. So one of the things you see, again, when you do a Google search these days, you'll often see video at the top of those organic search results as a trust recommendation, something that the consumer can look at for valuable information on whatever that search query is about. So you want to lean into what Google is already showing you. Now, when we talk about your digital footprint, this is what Google is really examining when that homeowner is asking Google a question. They are looking not just at one channel, they are looking at your entire footprint. So YouTube reinforces Google. Google reinforces Maps. Maps are looking at reviews, and reviews are all about trust. And then your social media shows what do people think about you? How active are you? How involved are you in your community and with your fan base, your consumer base, your client base? So wrap your arms around this statement. Momentum beats mastery. Start visible and then refine. So you want to keep that footprint active. Be active in as many places as possible. Keep engaging with your audience. Continue to create signals in as many of these points as possible on a consistent basis. Visibility is the name of the game today, and consistency in your visibility is the name of the game. This is what Google is looking at. And I summed it up here. Visibility beats cleverness Consistency wins markets. One video will strengthen your presence everywhere because you can repurpose that video. That video can be used in your social media. That video will get indexed in the search results. That video will be out there on YouTube. That video can be used on your business profile. That video has staying power. That video has multiple usages that you can use for your advantage. But silence, on the other hand, creates gaps, and gaps create doubt. And you have to remember, one of Google's criteria is trust. So when Google evaluates you as a contractor, their evaluation criteria is experience, expertise, authority, and trust. And where there is silence, there is a gap. And gaps create a trust doubt. And so we don't want to create trust doubts. So when we talk about creating a video system, we want to keep it simple. Simple, consistent, and strategic. Don't make it complicated. A smartphone will be sufficient enough. A smartphone today has an amazing camera. It has decent audio. You just need to be consistent. Document your work. Don't perform. It doesn't have to have perfection. It's all about presence. When you're out on the site, turn on the phone, take some video, upload it, rinse and repeat. Just make that a daily practice. Have your crews make that a daily practice. When you finish a project, do a walkthrough, make that your practice. Just make that your practice, be consistent with it, and you will find that it works wonders for what you're doing. Now, let's keep this practical. Most contractors fail because they overcommit. Here's a simple, practical flow for you to work on. Make one long form video per month. So that's one video that's 3 to 5 minutes, and then make 2 to 4 shorts per week. That's 60 seconds or less. That is enough to build authority without burning yourself out. So this doesn't have to be complicated. Keep it simple. One long form video per month, pick a topic, 3 to 5 minutes, and then 2 to 4 short form videos per week, 60 seconds or less. Consistency will always beat intensity, and that's a workflow that is not going to burn you out in the long run. Now, here's what tends to stop people, and I want to help you avoid these traps. If you are waiting until everything is perfect, you're never going to get anything done. So don't chase trends instead of trust. Don't post randomly without a system. And remember, marketing should reduce stress. It shouldn't create it. So if you are waiting for the perfect time, you're never going to get anything accomplished. If you're waiting until you're comfortable in front of the camera, you're never going to get anything accomplished. If you're waiting because you're not sure what to say, you're never going to get anything accomplished. If you're waiting because you just don't know if it works, you're never going to get anything accomplished. The real key is to take action now. Just do it. Get started, keep doing it. You will get better as you go. Don't worry about how good it is. One video is not going to make or break you. Just keep doing it. Now, if you did nothing different, would your visibility increase? No, it would not. Would trust increase? No, it would not. Would your sales cycle shorten? It would not. You have to remember that winning contractors think in systems. The key to scaling your business is developing systems. If you don't have systems, you are going to plateau. And so winning contractors think in systems. They document work as it happens. They let their marketing pre-sell, and they stop competing on price because price is a quick race to the bottom. They start competing on clarity and value. And this is how you scale without creating chaos for yourself. You have to remember that video alone is not the strategy. It is a piece of a larger ecosystem. So video has to fit your ecosystem. It has to support your sales strategy. It has to align with your growth goals. Trust is the currency. Video is a way to earn trust faster than ads, than blogs, or even reviews because it is more personalized. Homeowners can trust you faster because they can see you, they can hear you, they are able to watch your body language, they see your intonations, they hear your intonations. And so if homeowners trust you, the sale becomes a formality because, again, that buying decision is made first with emotion and supported with logic. But remember, video alone is not the strategy. It is just a tool in your ecosystem. It is a tool in your toolbox to get you there faster. Here's where most contractors get stuck. They simply don't have a system. And so there is no integration, there is no accountability. And so every contractor faces a choice. They can stay invisible and hope that referrals carry them through, or show up clearly and consistently. But either way, your market is deciding with or without you. So it's always a choice. Are you going to put systems in place? Are you going to integrate the pieces that you need to integrate and hold yourself accountable to doing and taking the steps you need to take so that you are showing up, that you are dominating your market, that you are the go-to contractor, or are you going to let the market decide without you and let Google make those recommendations without you being a part of that process? The choice is always up to you. You have to decide. Do you get clarity? Do you get direction? Do you get execution? Those things only come with strategy. Strategy is the thing that changes the direction and the outcome. But you have to decide if you're going to put strategy in place. And this is where we see so many contractors struggle. They just don't take the time to put strategy in place and put systems in place. And so if we can help you do that, we'd love to help you do that. We are a strategy-driven organization, and we would love to take a look at what you're doing, help you review, help you get direction, help you build the ecosystem so that there is clear direction and no guessing. And so if you'd like us to help you do that, you can do that at remodelingmarketingteam.com/get-started, or you can call us at 888-350-7859. That being said, take the time to build a system. Don't guess. You need visibility. And in this AI search environment, if Google's AI is not recommending you, you are just invisible to the homeowners. Everything else is getting suppressed. It's getting dropped off. From mid-2024 to the end of 2025, if a Google AI recommendation appeared on the search, clicks to websites and Google business profiles decreased by 61% for organic traffic, 68% for paid traffic. So if you're not appearing in those results, you just don't exist. So you have visibility. You need to create trust, and you've got to have the authority to be visible. The other thing that we want to take some time for is questions and answers. I've thrown a lot at you today. And so if you've got some questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you in the time we have left. Feel free to put those in the chat and I'll be happy to address those. All right. We'll go ahead and wrap up for today. We'll have another webinar, same time next month. And if you want to go to our YouTube channel, we have a lot of training out there. We also have the Digital Remodeler podcast, new episodes every week. So feel free to tune in there. A lot of training and updates, and anything we can do for you, feel free to reach out to us. Thanks for taking time out of your day, and appreciate you joining us today.